Hi Virgo, here's a general look at your solar chart for April 2009. And this month is going to be all about relationships. Business relationships, personal relationships, and the relationship with yourself, with your inner intuitive self, with your inner emotional self. On the more sort of material level of things, yes, the focus is going to be on finances, probably joint finances, things that you share with others, possessions, property, that kind of thing, or any kind of contract that you might be tied into or agreement. And then on another level, well, it's going to be about what you share with somebody on a moral level, maybe, or on a more emotional level. And there will be more meaningful exchanges between you and other people this month. This is actually a transitional month for you, so you will over this month achieve some sort of understanding, some sort of insight, and then some kind of a breakthrough will begin to happen, but it will be going on into May. So but not in the same kind of way. So let me just deal with this month. So for some time now, many of you will be aware of ups and downs, lots of ups and downs in the lives of your partners or your business associates, people that you're connected to, and who are a part of your life on some level or another. And the spin-off from these changeable conditions, it could be parents, it could be family members, children, lovers, partners, business associates, an outside agency, financial agency, that kind of thing. The spin-off, has taken a toll on you, really. It's had an effect on you, and therefore the decisions you make for yourself. Now in April, feelings and emotions are going to be nearer the surface, which means on the one hand, others can push your buttons more easily. If you let them, but that's what you're here for. That's what we come here for. We come here to learn in this big classroom that we call Earth, and you can only do as well in the moment as you are able. So don't be too hard on each other, and that's just a little sort of a little bit of advice from how I see it personally. Sometimes when people push us, we get in deeper touch with ourselves, and so therefore, this can happen with you. So you could be more in touch with your eternal self, your instinctive, intuitive self, through these kinds of sort of ripples in the emotional area, as long as you don't get too sucked in to that emotional stuff. And then, of course, we get lost when we do that. So these sorts of experiences are going to help you learn. They're going to help you learn, because this is a big schoolroom that we're in here. So this is going to be a month when really you should be turning the volume down on your logic, on your analysis, which you're so good at, and just follow your instinct, follow your nose, and see where it takes you. And also, you'll be wanting to get to the bottom of something. You'll be maybe digging and delving and getting into the sort of the intricacies of a situation, and then getting a key insight of what you need to be doing now. That's what these kinds of energies are about, actually. That's what's behind it. The going could feel a bit harder for you around about the 5th. Others may put heavier demands on you there. Partner, could be a little bit demanding. However, there could be a surprise for you, or some kind of a sudden leap forwards on the 15th, and that could affect your partner, or it could be the partner. It could be this opposite number who has a surprising situation in their life. And also, it looks like very good news for you on the 11th, some kind of a green light there. Perhaps related to your work, your work setup, a health problem, yours or somebody else's, and finances. But it's positive, it's quite positive. So you could hear some good news about something which, you know, gives you a more interesting employment, or which shows you the way to get, you know, a more lucrative employment. So that would be good news. Now, this lack of consistency in your close relationship over these past, well, more than a couple of years really, can make you feel a little edgy at times, or like you're being kept in the dark about things. And so this would be a good period for you to lay your cards on the table and sort out with each other joint thoughts and expectations. Now, if it's a financial issue, a property issue, then yes, maybe you need to get, you know, maybe you may need to bring in a third element, a third party, to sort of mediate and get things sorted out, get things rearranged between you, so that, you know, and if it's in a personal relationship, then you between you. So the tip here is to get, you know, get going with clearing the air. I would do that before the 23rd. And you know, it's better to just untangle some of the knots as you're going along, because there can be some emotional knotting in your stomach over these sorts of things. All patterns could rise to the surface on both sides, and so for some of you it may be advisable to go completely outside of the whole situation and focus on something which is just going to improve, you know, it's going to uplift you, it's going to bring in a new motivation. If it's a business type commitment you're tied into, this will be the month to reschedule, rethink. And also this is the month for you to dump old arrangements. Not 100% necessarily, although that can happen, but to be looking already, you know, further afield, particularly Virgo, after the 9th, from the 10th I would say, thinking outside of the box, reaching out. I mean, you could have contact there further afield, much further afield, across the globe, you know, to do with the internet. Some of you could be traveling, some of you could be having more contact with people who come from a foreign background, or people who are coming from a different point of the compass to what you're used to. So getting yourself inspired, I suppose, allowing yourself to be open to inspiration from the way somebody else sees it. Now then, so you need to be, you know, ready to let things go this month in order to clear the decks for this rebirth, which is coming in after the 20th, the beginning of this rebirth coming in after the 20th, when you should be swinging along with a lighter step there. And even though you will still be preoccupied with certain things, you will almost feel as though you can see the light at the end of the tunnel after the 20th. Now, from the 9th, your ruling planet Mercury is going to allow you to think more positively, to think more, I suppose, to seek and to reach into your more spiritual self at that time. And for some of you, this could be linked to travel or foreign lands, as I've said. So from that stage there, I would advise those of you who are into this kind of thing to get your dream boards out, put them up on the wall, and get aligned with, you know, the reality in your future that you prefer. Well, that's it for April. If you know your rising sign, have a listen to that too.